Let's talk about the Phillies bench. Yo, what is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Phillies videocast. Today we're going to talk about the Phillies bench heading into the 2021 season and how strong I think it is. Now, guys, before we get into this video, please subscribe if you haven't not yet. Please turn the notification bell. Please like this video, comment on this video, share this video, and let's get into this. So we have a lot to talk about in this one regarding the Phillies bench heading into the 2021 season. A couple of days ago, I believe it was last week, former Philly Jay Bruce did sign a deal with the New York Yankees, a minor league contract. Let's talk a little bit about Jay Bruce. I mean, a guy has been on the Phillies bench the past two seasons. Acquired him in June of 2019 from the Seattle Mariners for basically nothing. And the thing I love about that trade was just because the Mets had to pay most of his salary. We're still paying a lot of his salary, which I just found so funny. He was a Philly, but yet the Mets were paying some of his salary. But anyway, he was a really big piece of the Phillies bench the past two seasons. I understand why the Phillies didn't bring him back. It didn't really make much sense. I mean, first of all, he never was a good defender in his career. He just wasn't. He never was known for his defense, and especially now at this stage of his career, he's now considered a liability out in the field. So it really didn't make any sense to bring him back. If there was a universal DH in play, then I would agree. But it just doesn't really make any sense to bring him back now. You saw the comments that Edwin Encarnacion made a few days ago regarding the universal DH in the National League and how that's affected him. I'm not on board with the universal DH at all. And I think it should just stay in the American League. And I know a lot of people are going to disagree with me. But this is affecting, some of the, labor disputes, with the union and things like that. You look at what Edwin Encarnacion said, of course, like I said, he said, no DH in the National League, it's making it harder for me to find a job. The union's not going to be happy about that with Major League Baseball, So, I'm a little bit surprised the union, isn't pushing harder for universal DH. Because honestly, that helps them, because it actually helps the game, because there's more offense, even though I'm not on board with it, because I do like watching pitchers hit. I think it adds to the strategy of the game. I don't really like the universal DH, but, for the labor aspect, I understand it. But you saw, some of the comments that they were making. But anyway, this past week, the Phillies officially signed Brad Miller, former Philly, spent 2019 with the Phillies, then left us to go to the St. Louis Cardinals. And now he's back. 1 year, $3.5 million contract. They agree to it. It is official. He's back on the Phillies roster once again. This is a great move. I love Brad Miller. Once again, he's not going to be a guy who's going to hit for a super high average, but man, oh man, does he have some pop in his bat. My goodness, he was so fun to watch. And Bamboo Brad, might I add, right? With bringing that thing in with the bamboo plan, we swept out the Mets. This guy's a clubhouse personality. I think he's a really good bat off the bench because number one, he provides a lot of versatility. He provides a lot of versatility off that bench. He can play anywhere. I'll get a little bit of Scott Kingery, but the thing I like about Brad Miller is he's a lefty coming off the bench. Jay Bruce was a lefty, so now we got Brad Miller coming off the bench. He's a lefty. And once again, you play all around the diamond. Once again, you could put him at short, third. You could play second. He's going to be versatile. If there's an injury, if there's something going on, he's going to be there. He's going to be there. So I love the Brad Miller signing him back. I think this is a great deal for this team. I think he's a great addition to this bench. You saw how good he did in 2019. Remember at the end of 2019 season, he was going off, right? He was hitting all these home runs. He's getting playing time. You saw that Brad Miller got some playing time with the St. Louis Cardinals, last season, 2020. Once again, did not hit for the, highest batting average, hit around the 230s, but he had 7 home runs in just such a short period of time. And the reason why he didn't sign back with the Phillies after 2019 season is because he did so well, they actually wanted a start, he wanted to, get a starting position. He just did. He wanted to be, starting second baseman somewhere, and he did get that opportunity in St. Louis. Now he's going back to the bench role again. And once again, they ended that 2019 season, he was going off. So, I'm so excited to see what Brad Miller's going to do for us this season. I think he's going to, do great off the bench. And Scott Kingery, another guy, he's coming off of a really, really rough 2020 season. We're hitting the 140s. It's a dreadful, dreadful season. I know he had the virus. But that's really just simply no excuse. He had that at the beginning, when the camp was still going on. It seemed like he was just playing catch-up the whole entire season, as I talked about. But another guy who's very reversible. He just is. And now he's going back to this job that he was in, at the beginning of his career. He's playing all around the diamond. He's playing third base. He's playing second. He's going to be, playing center field. He's going to definitely see some time in center field. No question. He's very reversible. I love that. I really, really do. But honestly, after a year, you come back and hit 140. I can't see how you can come back the next year and expect to get, a starting position somewhere. You just can't. You just can't. These people are trying to vouch for him and everything, saying, well, you got to stop moving him around. Well, I understand that. It's one thing if he's hitting around 270, 280, but how can you justify, him getting a solid, starting position at, second base, or whether that's, I don't like him at short, or maybe like third, if let's say we didn't have Alec Boehm. How can you justify, him getting a starting, position somewhere, but when he hit 140 the year prior? How can you justify that? When he hit 140 a year before, how can you justify that he can get an everyday role? How? I mean, once again, I hate to say this, but I'm going to say it. A lot of it's Scott Kingery's fault. That's how he performed. He hit 140. And I like Scott Kingery. I know he's much better than a 140 hitter. And honestly, if you hit 140, you just can't get an everyday job, at second base or anything like that. I mean, whether that's second base, whether it's just starting position anywhere, you just can't. You just can't. So people keep saying stop moving him around. Well, if he wants to stop moving around, he needs to pick up his game. Step your game up, right? Step your game up. He really just needs to, take a big step forward this year. And honestly, if he does, he gets a good amount of ABs, comes off the bench and does his job, he's going to see some playing time. It's not like he's going to be on the bench all the time, but he's just going to be that utility guy once again. Now he's back to that job again. And honestly, it makes sense after a really, really down year last year. I completely understand that. Now, getting to Andrew Knapp. Andrew Knapp, the backup catcher. I mean, what a great 2020 season he had. I'll tell you what, in years prior, 2019, I was really, really down on Andrew Knapp. But you know what? Even then, I say, he calls a good game. He calls a very, very good game. Which I really, really like. He saw how close he is with Zach Eflin. He's very, very close with Zach Eflin. And the thing I love about Andrew Knapp is that he's a switch hitter. Which I love. We have Brad Miller, who's a lefty, and then we have Scott Kingery. So that's the thing I love. I mean, there's a lot of options on the bench. We have a switch hitter, we have a left-hand hitter, and we have a Scott Kingery who's a right-hand hitter. I mean, we haven't even got down the list yet. I mean, this is just the first three guys I'm talking about. I love that. I mean, we're not just stacked with righties. We're not just stacked with lefties. We have a lot of options here. And Scott, once again, getting back to Andrew Knapp, once again, he had 278, 2 homers, 15 RBIs in 2020. Very, very good bounce-back season. First of all, in 2019 and 2018, years prior, he just was not having the best of seasons, especially offensively. And he always has called a good game, but there are some concerns here, ladies and gentlemen, about Andrew Knapp. Once again, he's the BBCIB, the best backup catcher in baseball. I've heard other people say that as well, but he's a very good asset to have off the bench. Not to mention this, he's a switch hitter. If he can, perform at the level he did in 2020, you got to see he got some playing time. Due to JT Muto's little freak injury that he had. Remember with the hip, he got some good playing time there for maybe 4 or 5 games. He did very, very well. He did very, very well back there. So I'm really excited to see what Andrew Knapp's going to do in the 2021 season. Rafael Marquez, it's going to be interesting to see where he starts the season. Who knows? He might start up in the big leagues, come off the bench. We're going to have 3 catchers. I'm not too sure about that. And do you possibly, see the Phillies trade him? It's going to be interesting to see Rafael Marquez, what his role will be in 2021. They send him back down to AAA. They try to package him away, or do they have him come off the bench? It's going to be interesting to see what they're going to do with Rafael Marquez. Another switch hitter. That's the thing I love about Rafael Marquez. Another switch hitter, to go along with Andrew Knapp. And he's not a power guy. He's not going to hit a lot of home runs off the bench, but in the short time that he played, he only got 8 at-bats in 2020. It's amazing. He went on that long, home run, streak without hitting a home run. Remember that? He went on this long streak where he didn't hit a home run, professionally. And then, one of his first at-bats in the big leagues, he goes deep, which was just incredible. That was just really, really magical. Comes out the big leagues and hits a home run. It's just incredible. He's not a guy that's going to hit a lot of home runs. He's just not. But I think we need to wait and see, where he's going to start the season. I think that a lot of that depends on that. Adam Hazley, a lot of health problems. I think it's not really set in stone who's going to be starting center field for the Phillies this year. There's not really a definitive plan just yet. I think Joe Girardi was asked this question. He said, we're going to wait and see Adam Hazley if he could, get a little bit healthier. If he can, get some at-bats off the bench. Joe Girardi does not really love Adam Hazley. He just doesn't. He didn't really play him much in 2020. He just didn't. But I like Adam Hazley because he's a lefty, as we talk about on this team. Our bench is actually stacked with a lot of lefties. It just is. I love that. Some switch hitters in there. You got some lefties. But Adam Hazley, once again, he needs to improve his defense out there. You know he's going to get some playing time inside. I think it's going to be a platoon. I really do. With Hazley, Quinn, I mean, now Odubel Herrera is in play. We'll get to him in a little bit, but I like Adam Hazley. I think he's been a tad disappointing. I think another guy who's been rushed to the big leagues. I like to see him develop and get healthier. I mean, the guy's having back problems. The guy's having back problems at 24 years old. It's just incredible. Roman Quinn, fast. He's very fast. He's probably the fastest player in baseball. He is. He's faster than Trey Turner and Billy Hamilton. I mean, this guy is so fast. This guy can run. He can't really hit. He makes some acrobatic plays out in center field or wherever he is. But he gets some time in left field occasionally. I mean, mostly he's in center. He made some acrobatic plays out there. He's also made some foolish plays. I remember against the Baltimore's where he dove for a ball, went all the way to the wall. It was an inside the park home run. Come off the bench. I mean, he's a good bench runner. I mean, he's definitely the fastest guy on our team. No question about it. So having Roman Quinn, come off the bench to pinch run, even pinch hit. I mean, he's a switch hitter. I mean, he has some pop in his bat. And believe me, when he hits one down the line, the rabbit is loose. Am I right? I mean, he could run for a while. Mickey Moniak also in play as a potential, guy coming off the Phillies bench. Once again, it's going to be interesting to see what he does in spring training. Will he be coming off? Will he, make the big league roster? Will he make the opening day roster? If he does, I think that, Mickey Moniak didn't get a whole lot of playing time in 2020. In the short time that he played, he was okay. He wasn't great. He's just another young kid, another, Phillies prospect who has just not lived up to the expectation. Another just example of a poor draft pick. Another, poor decision by the organization. Unfortunately, I hate to say it, but it's true. Yet again another example of it. And Odubel Herrera also in play. Was arrested in May of 2019 for beating his girlfriend, and he has missed. He missed the remainder of the 2019 season, and also missed the whole entire 2020 season. Now he. Maybe given a chance to come back. The Phillies are giving him a second chance. Depending on how he does in spring training, Joe Girardi said he is going to get some playing time. So Odubel Herrera could be in play here. He's not a smart hitter. He's not a pure hitter at all. He's not a smart hitter. His plate discipline is terrible. He's just weird. He's just a weird hitter. Very, very weird. He's just a weird player, actually. He's not just at the plate, but also out in center field. Remember the Cole Hamels catch in 2015 in Wrigley Field when he was sitting on the ground when he caught that fly ball? I mean, that was bizarre. I mean, this is weird. Odubel Herrera is just a weird dude. Once again, if he could, believe me, he does have some pop in his bat. I will admit. I mean, remember the All-Star appearance in 2016? He was very good in 2015 as well. For a while in 2018, he was really just laying it up, right? I mean, the first half of the season, second half was a total disappointment. I think it's going to be interesting to see what Odubel Herrera does to spring training. That will really determine what his role will be in 2021. Because as I said, they already said they are going to give him a second chance. It's yet to be determined. Whether that's going to be in the big leagues or wherever it is. So, guys, thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe if you haven't yet. Please turn on the notification bell. Please like this video, comment on this video, share this video. Check out the social media link. Let's go to the section at Phillies House of Instagram, Robert Fanatics, Instagram, card text 267-225-3092. Email me, phillieshouseof@gmail.com. I hope you all enjoyed this video. The Phillies bench is good. I think I was a little bit concerned about the Phillies bench, and I was going to wait to see what happened with Brad Miller to make this video. But I honestly think with the signing of Brad Miller, that has really solidified our bench. I mean, it's just really made it a whole lot better. I'm really happy with our bench now. I mean, I wasn't crazy about it, but with the signing of Brad Miller, I think that's really, really solidified this bench. So once again, guys, thank you so much for watching. I am Luke, and I'll talk to you all later. I'll see you.